Commander Eli Anderson was never one to shy away from the unknown. Yet as his sleek spacecraft, the Argonaut, pierced through the cerulean atmosphere of planet Xilia, he couldn't suppress a shiver of apprehension. The mission was straightforward: establish first contact and initiate diplomatic relations with the Xilarians, a species reputed for their enigmatic beauty and advanced technologies. However, as the Argonaut descended, a series of violent tremors rattled the ship, a stark reminder that not all was predictable in the cosmos. The emergency alarms blared as Eli maneuvered the ship toward a clearing in the verdant landscape dominated by towering crystalline structures and flora that shimmered with bioluminescent hues. The Argonaut made a jarring but safe landing on a bed of soft, moss-like vegetation that cushioned the impact. As the dust settled and the engines cooled, Eli grabbed his gear, composed mostly of communication devices and sensors, and prepared to step out into the alien world. Eli's first steps on Xilarian soil were cautious. The air was thick with a sweet, intoxicating fragrance, reminiscent of an earthy spice mixed with the freshness of ozone. He activated his environmental suit's filtration system, wary of any potential toxins or pathogens. Before him, the landscape was breathtaking, a vibrant tapestry of colors that no human eyes had ever beheld. And in the distance, the locals observed cautiously from behind the iridescent foliage. Eli approached what appeared to be a gathering of Xilarians. They were indeed beautiful, as the intel had suggested, with elongated limbs, translucent skin that seemed to absorb and refract the planet's abundant light, and eyes like deep, liquid pools of precious gems. As he neared, they communicated in melodic tones that resonated through the air, a language completely alien to the translation software. Attempting a friendly gesture, Eli removed a small device from his belt and pressed a button, releasing a cloud of microscopic biodegradable particles that emitted a holographic message of peace in multiple languages. The Xilarians' reaction was immediate and utterly unexpected. Their gem-like eyes widened, and a shimmer passed through their bodies, an apparent sign of excitement. The air vibrated with their melodic language, increasing in volume and pitch. What Eli didn't realize was that the holographic display, coupled with the specific spectrum of light it emitted, was remarkably similar to the Xilarians' mating display. Within moments, what started as a mission of diplomacy spiraled into an unintended invitation. The crowd around him doubled, then tripled, as more Xilarians emerged from their homes, drawn by the spectacle. Confused by the gathering's intensity, Eli attempted to retreat to the Argonaut. However, each step back was matched by forward steps from the Xilarians, who moved with a grace and speed that belied their delicate appearances. Their melodic voices grew louder, a sign of their escalating excitement, and they began to mimic the light patterns of Eli's hologram with bioluminescent flashes from their skin. Back at the ship, Eli's AI assistant, Aria, analyzed the unfolding situation. "Commander, it appears that your greeting has been misinterpreted. Recommend immediate recalibration of the holographic output and a retreat to reassess." Eli nodded, sweat forming on his brow beneath the helmet. "Aria, let's adjust that setting and try to clear up this misunderstanding quickly." As he reconfigured the device, Eli couldn't help but feel a twinge of wonder mixed with his rising alarm. This first contact was turning into something far more complicated than a simple diplomatic mission. The challenge now was not just to communicate peace, but to calm the unexpected fervor he had ignited among the planet's inhabitants. As Eli reset the device, the Xilarians' pulsating lights began to dim, their melodic voices lowering to a harmonious murmur. It seemed for a moment that the frenzy was abating. But just as he exhaled in relief, a new wave of Xilarians arrived, their curiosity evidently piqued by the initial display. In an attempt to defuse the situation, Eli projected a new hologram, a series of simple mathematical sequences and diagrams of the solar system, hoping to appeal to their intellect rather than their mating instincts. To his dismay, this only intensified their fascination. The Xilarians, it appeared, were not only captivated by light, but by patterns and complexity as well. Eli retreated into the Argonaut, sealing the hatch as dozens of silken hands pressed curiously against the translucent material of the ship's hull. Inside, Arya's voice was calm, a stark contrast to the chaotic scene outside. "Commander, analysis suggests that the Xylarians do not perceive interactions in the same social or biological context we do. Their response patterns are highly visual and tied to their unique biochemistry," Arya explained. Grasping at any opportunity to stabilize the encounter, Eli asked, "Can we mimic their communication style, Arya? Adapt our output to resonate more appropriately?" After a brief pause, Arya responded, "Adjusting emission spectrum to match Xylarian bioluminescence. Attempting communication now." On the outside of the Argonaut, panels illuminated, replicating the bioluminescent displays of the Xylarians in a slow, pulsing rhythm. The effect was immediate and calming. The crowd's excitement transitioned to a mesmerizing dance of colors, their bodies swaying in sync with the pulsating lights. Feeling a cautious optimism, Eli decided to venture out again. This time he was met with a respectful distance by the Xylarians, their gestures slow and deliberate. One of the Xylarians, distinguishable by the brighter hues of their luminescent spots, approached Eli. Extending a hand, the creature touched the commander's suit gently, its touch cool and slightly tingly, an electric contrast to its warm visual display. Communicating through Arya, Eli introduced himself and his mission. The Xylarian responded with a series of light patterns, which Arya translated in real time. "Greetings, Star Traveler, I am Xilia. We misunderstood your initial display as a courtship ritual, a rare and celebrated event among our kind." Eli, maintaining diplomatic composure, replied, "The misunderstanding was mine. I'm here to learn and share between our peoples." Lysira's skin shimmered with a soothing aquamarine light. "Then let us exchange knowledge. Your technology fascinates us, as it speaks in the light of the stars." As they communicated, more Xylarians joined, each bringing their own patterns of light, contributing to a tapestry of dialogue that was both visual and intellectual. Eli found himself in the midst of an impromptu symposium, not of words, but of light and color, each pulse and wave a sentence. Through this luminous interchange, Eli learned of the Xylarians' culture, how their perceptions were governed by visual stimuli, and how their technology was intertwined with their biology. In return, he shared insights from human technology and culture, translated into bursts of light by Arya. As the sun set on Xylaria, casting long shadows over the luminescent landscape, Eli felt a profound connection, a bridge of understanding beginning to form. What started as a frenetic misunderstanding was evolving into a meaningful exchange, holding the promise of a deepening relationship between two vastly different beings, united under the starlit sky of an alien world. The dusk deepened on Xylaria, and the bioluminescent glow from the flora and fauna blended into the night, creating a living canvas that ebbed and flowed with radiant life. In this picturesque setting, the dialogue between Eli and the Xylarians continued, each exchange deepening the mutual understanding and respect. Eli, now sitting cross-legged on the spongy ground, watched in awe as Lysira orchestrated the visual symphony around them. Each Xylarian contributed uniquely, their lights interweaving in patterns that conveyed their thoughts and emotions more vividly than words ever could. "Your presence has catalyzed a rare unity among us," Lysira communicated through a complex array of hues, the lights dimming softly around the edges. "It has been many cycles since we last convened in such harmony." Realizing the significance of his accidental faux pas turning into a catalyst for unity, Eli responded with a pattern mimicked by Arya, designed to express humility and gratitude. "It is an honor to witness such unity. My aim is to learn from you and to share the knowledge of my people, hoping to enrich both our civilizations." As the night progressed, the exchange evolved from simple communications to the sharing of knowledge about technology and the universe. The Xylarians revealed their methods of energy, harnessing from the bioluminescent life forms around them, demonstrating their technology that was not only sustainable, but beautifully integrated with their environment. Intrigued by human achievements, Lysira and her kin were particularly fascinated by the concept of digital technology and artificial intelligence, as represented by Arya. Your artificial entity, Arya, is a creation of logic and light. It is different yet resonant with our way of life, where light is essence and communication. Arya is one of many advancements our people have made in understanding and manipulating the world around us, Eli explained, showing through the hologram projector how human technology had evolved from mechanical gears to quantum computing. The Xylarians, in turn, showed Eli how they communicated over long distances using a network of natural fibers that transmitted light signals across vast expanses, a technology that paralleled human optical fiber but was biologically grown and repaired itself. As the session continued, the Argonaut's sensors suddenly alerted Eli to an atmospheric anomaly forming nearby. It was a natural occurrence on Xilia, a storm that Xilia explained was charged not just with rain but with radiant energy, making it a spectacle of natural light and power. Such storms energize our land and are essential for the renewal of our flora, Xilia conveyed as she invited Eli to witness the storm from a safe vantage point. The group moved to higher ground, where they watched the sky erupt in brilliant colors, the storm charged with particles that interacted with the bioluminescence of the planet's life forms. Watching the storm, Eli realized how much humans could learn from Xylaria's symbiotic relationship with its environment. Here, technology and nature were not at odds but were beautifully intertwined, each enhancing the other. As the storm passed, leaving a refreshed and even more vibrant landscape in its wake, Eli and the Xylarians agreed to establish a regular exchange program. "Let this be the beginning of a luminous friendship," Xilia proposed, her light pulsing warmly. Eli nodded, his heart uplifted by the unexpected turns of the day. "From a spark of confusion to a beacon of friendship," he replied, his message conveyed through a display of soft, respectful lights. As the first hints of dawn touched the horizon, casting a golden hue over the bioluminescent world, Eli knew that this accidental encounter had opened the door to a new era of collaboration and understanding, a testament to the unexpected paths. As the early morning rays mingled with the planet's natural glow, Eli, equipped with newly shared Xylarian technologies, began documenting the bioluminescent energy systems for transmission back to Earth. His reports would undoubtedly ignite a revolution in energy research, potentially leading to symbiotic technologies on his home planet. The Xylarians observed his work with a keen interest, their bodies subtly pulsating in the soft light, a visual hum of their constant communication and connectivity. Xilia approached Eli, her light patterns expressing curiosity and eagerness. "You harness the power of the sun in your world, do you not?" she inquired through Arya, which translated her bioluminescent signals into audible speech. "Yes, solar energy is one of our primary sources of renewable energy," Eli responded, setting up a small device that captured solar energy and converted it into electrical power. He demonstrated the device, letting it absorb the early sunlight. Fascinated, Xilia proposed an experiment. "Let us blend our technologies. We can enhance your device with Xylarian crystals that focus light more efficiently." Her suggestion was promptly followed by bringing forth a delicate, shimmering crystal, placing it atop the solar device. The effect was immediate and dramatic. The device's output increased tenfold, the crystal not only focusing but also amplifying the sunlight. Eli's eyes widened in amazement, and he quickly began recording the results. This could change everything," he muttered, almost to himself, as he considered the implications. Motivated by the successful integration, the Xylarians invited Eli to their central archive, a vast library of light where knowledge was stored not in books or digital files, but in luminescent sequences that coded information in dynamic light patterns. The archive was a cavern, deep beneath the surface, where bioluminescent vines hung from the ceiling, each flicker and pulse a piece of recorded history and wisdom. Xilia guided him through the archives, explaining, "Each strand tells a story, a discovery, a piece of our culture. To read them, one must feel the light, not just see it." Eli, using a special translator device modified by Arya, began to read the light. The stories of Xylaria unfolded before him, tales of ancient civilizations, the development of their energy systems, and their philosophies of life interconnected with their environment. It was not only a history lesson but a profound insight into the soul of this alien culture. As the day progressed into evening, a celebration was planned in Eli's honor, marking the new friendship and collaboration between the two species. The celebration was unlike anything Eli had ever experienced. It wasn't marked by the sound of music or the clinking of glasses, but by a symphony of light and color, pulsating and weaving through the air. Each Xylarian contributed their personal light pattern to the collective display, creating a mesmerizing dance of hues and brightness. Eli, moved by the beauty and the profound sense of community, attempted to participate by using a small handheld projector to add human artistic expressions. Famous paintings and photographs converted into light patterns. The Xylarians were delighted, watching these human artworks blend into their light symphony, a fusion of human and Xylarian culture. This shared moment, under the stars and the shimmering sky of Xilia, solidified the bond between the two species. It was a promise of future cooperation, a testament to the power of understanding and adaptation. Eli realized that this was more than an alliance. It was a blending of worlds, of lights, and of hearts, a beacon of what could be achieved when different beings chose harmony over conflict. As the lights danced around him, Eli felt a deep, resonant peace, a signal of hope radiating into the vast, unexplored cosmos. The Festival of Lights had lasted until the Xylarian night faded into a bright dawn, a symbolic reflection of the new era dawning on their collaboration. As the celebrations wound down, Eli and Xilia, accompanied by a council of Xylarian scholars and engineers, convened at the newly established Human Xylarian Research Facility. This hub, constructed overnight with the aid of Xylarian biotechnology and human engineering, was a testament to the possibilities that lay ahead. Eli toured the facility, admiring the seamless integration of human metallic structures with the Xylarian organic architecture. The building itself was alive, in a literal sense, with walls that pulsed gently with bioluminescent light, and floors that adapted their texture to suit the occupants' needs. Today's agenda was ambitious: to blueprint the co-development of a hybrid technology platform. Eli presented the Earth's most pressing challenges: energy crises, environmental degradation, and the urgent need for sustainable technologies. Xilia and her team responded not just with sympathy, but with a proactive approach to devising solutions. "We have observed similar crises in our past," Xilia communicated, her patterns reflecting a historical seriousness. "Our resolution came through unity, of purpose, of being, and of technology with nature. Perhaps together, we can create systems that do not merely sustain but regenerate." The discussions led to the conceptualization of a living grid, a planetary network of bioluminescent plants and human technological infrastructures that could power homes and industries on Earth with minimal environmental footprint. The Xylarians shared their advanced genetic engineering techniques, allowing these plants to be adapted to various Earth environments. As the blueprinting session progressed, engineers from both worlds used holographic displays to simulate the interactions between Earth's environments and the Xylarian biotechnologies. These sessions were more than mere technical exchanges. They were a melding of perspectives, a mutual education of what was scientifically and ecologically possible. Interrupting their intense focus, an alert sounded through the facility. A meteorological anomaly, unprecedented but not unforeseen, had been detected by the planetary monitoring systems. A storm, far larger than any recorded in Xylarian history, was forming, fueled by the same radiant energy that made the planet unique. Eli and Xilia, along with the team, quickly mobilized to address the potential catastrophe. The Xylarians proposed using a network of energy modulators that could disperse the storm's energy harmlessly into the atmosphere. Eli contributed with human satellite technology, which could provide real-time data and predictive modeling to optimize the placement and activation of these modulators. As they implemented their strategies, the storm approached. The skies darkened, and the usually vibrant landscape took on a grave hue. Working tirelessly, both teams monitored the energy levels and adjusted the modulators in real time. The storm, visible even from space, slowly began to dissipate, its energy feeding back into the planet without the destructive force initially predicted. This success was more than a relief. It was a profound demonstration of what their newfound unity could achieve. The storm had not only been averted, but transformed into an energizing phenomenon, recharging the planet's bioluminescent life more vibrantly than ever before. In the wake of the crisis, the mood in the research facility was one of quiet celebration and reflection. The event had bonded them further, proving that their collaboration could withstand and even leverage the forces of nature. As they resumed their work on the living grid, Eli realized the depth of what they were creating together. This wasn't just about sharing technology or solving Earth's problems. It was about creating a model of coexistence that could one day inspire the galaxy. The lessons learned here on this radiant, resilient planet held the potential to illuminate paths not just for two species, but for all who would learn of this alliance in the stars. In the aftermath of the storm, the human Xylarian research facility became a beacon of innovation and unity. The successful mitigation of the storm had not only saved Xylaria from potential devastation, but had also proven the efficacy of their combined technologies and the strength of their partnership. Inspired by this victory, Eli and Xilia expanded their collaboration, envisioning projects that transcended beyond immediate technological exchanges to include cultural and educational exchanges as well. One of the most ambitious projects that stemmed from this newfound cooperation was the establishment of an interstellar communication network. This network aimed to use Xylarian bioluminescent technology enhanced by human quantum computing to send information across the stars faster than any traditional human-made systems could manage. The concept was simple in theory, but revolutionary in practice. Using bioluminescent signals boosted by quantum relays to bridge the vast distances of space, connecting not just two worlds, but potentially many within the galactic neighborhood. As the project took shape, Eli found himself more at home on Xylaria than he had ever expected. He learned to communicate through light with minimal reliance on Aria, feeling the emotions and thoughts of his Xylarian colleagues as radiant bursts of color and warmth. Meanwhile, Xilia and her people grew increasingly adept at understanding human expressions and languages, often anticipating Eli's explanations and joining in human laughter with flickering lights of amusement. The culmination of their efforts was celebrated during the First Light Festival, a newly inaugurated event symbolizing the illumination of darkness through knowledge and unity. During the festival, Eli and Xilia jointly activated the prototype of the Interstellar Communication Network. As the network went online, a pulse of bright, vibrant light shot into the sky, passing through the clouds and into space, a visible thread reaching towards the stars. This moment was not just about technological achievement. It was a powerful symbol of two civilizations finding common ground and a shared purpose. Observers from both species watched the sky, their eyes and lights uplifted, as the beam pierced the heavens, imagining the distant worlds that might one day respond to their greeting of light. Amid the celebrations, Eli reflected on the path that had brought him here, from the unexpected faux pas that had almost sparked a diplomatic crisis to the deep bonds now linking human and Xylarian destinies. The festival around him was a riot of color and joy, with human music blending with Xylarian light harmonies, creating a multi-sensory symphony that resonated with the hearts and souls of all present. Looking forward, plans were already underway for an exchange program that would send Xylarians to Earth and humans to Xylaria, not just as diplomats and scientists, but as students, artists, and ordinary citizens, eager to experience each other's worlds. The implications were profound, promising a future where the alliance between humanity and Xylaria might serve as a cornerstone for a broader interstellar community. As the festival drew to a close, Eli and Xilia stood together, watching the horizon where the sky met the glowing land. They shared a silent understanding that this was merely the beginning. The light they had sent into the cosmos was a message of hope and invitation, a call across the stars that might one day lead to a galaxy enlightened by cooperation and peace. With a quiet satisfaction, Eli looked at the shining faces and glowing bodies around him, feeling a profound connection not just to Xylaria, but to the vast, mysterious universe itself. In this shared light, under the vast canvas of the universe, Humanity and Xileria had found not only understanding but a common vision, a shared dream woven in the iridescent threads of light and knowledge.